So we have a new document from the SEC, and it is the motion to compel. We are going to take a look at this document and what they actually want Ripple to do. The SEC have just gone and ruined it for us again. We thought that we had some good news with the spot Bitcoin ETF approvals just 2 days ago, and now they are live for trading. You can see over here that with the crypto coins, every coin is pretty much up by 5% or more. We were doing so good until the SEC have now come in at play, and we're going to take a look at what they want from Ripple. So all I ask from you are two things, which is to smash that like button and to subscribe to the channel as well. And so this is what the SEC have now done. We will actually be taking a look at the document. So you'll see over here it says that they now are ordering to produce two narrow categories of documents, and number one is financial statements for the years 2022 to 2023. So just remember these years that they've asked for, and it's post-complaint contracts governing institutional sales, the same type of transactions which Judge Torres held to constitute for the pre-complaint period unregistered offers and sales of security. And so my first red flag over here is, why are they asking for the financial statements for last financial year when the lawsuit was done back a couple of years ago? It doesn't make sense as to why they're wanting to see these future statements as of now and present, and really this shouldn't even be counting at all. It should actually be excluded because it's outside of the scope of the lawsuit, and these years are of course not applicable. And so I'm not sure as to why they thought that was even relevant information. And also all of the contracts that were made outside of the US anyway should be excluded from the unregistered sales because they would fall out of the jurisdiction of the SEC, and we know that most of the business of Ripple has been outside of the US anyhow. And it says over here that the SEC requests this limited and targeted discovery to aid Judge Torres in determining whether, having found Ripple liable for violating Section 5 of the Securities Act, and the court should impose relief such as injunctions and civil penalties, and as to the latter, in what amount. And so is this another delay tactic from the SEC? Because it certainly seems like it, and they're still pursuing this, just wasting taxpayers' money unfortunately. And I'm also not quite sure as well if they want to be coming into the settlement with regards to fining Ripple, and I think that fine was roughly around about $770 million. And you can see that this has been dated today as well, January the 11th. I think that the first court date that we actually have is February the 12th, so in 1 month time. And again, with the price action of XRP coin, it could potentially suffer if we are seeing more documents coming out, and also with the court as it does continue. Now the next bit of news that I do actually want to show you is this from Fox News, and essentially the presenters are talking about a bridge currency, and currently they don't have that right now, but we know that XRP is able to solve that problem. So let's take a look at this.
No, I would agree, because we haven't yet made the jump where there is institutional buy-in. And I like to use the example, if the Bank of Mitsubishi in Tokyo needs to transfer $100 million worth of yen to the New York branch and convert it to dollars, you need $100 million worth of yen in Tokyo and $100 million worth of dollars in New York. You're tying up $200 million in capital. If you can attach that to a coin, it simultaneously, so the bank frees up half the capital. That's a big deal, but we haven't made that jump yet. Yeah, but it looks like it's coming, doesn't it? I think so. Okay.
I mean, whether they are referencing to XRP coin or not, we're not quite sure about that. I couldn't really say. At the end, they do say it's coming, but I think that's just the game of cryptocurrency in general and what they provide. We know that XRP coin is able to act as that bridge, and as he has mentioned, the benefit of that is that you don't have that 200 million tied up in capital. It will only be the 100 million transfer because we have that acting as the bridge currency. And I know that with the price action, people are getting annoyed, but again, just be looking at these subtle things and utility that XRP does have, and that is the reason as to why you are holding it. So before we have a look at the price action for XRP coin today, I just want to show you what we have from Gold Telegraph. So yesterday it says over here that the World Bank is warning the global economy is on track for its worst half a decade of growth in 30 years. Growth is slowing down and debt is spiraling out of control. What a time to be alive. So as we know, just over maybe 4 or 5 days ago, I did cover it on my channel that the US debt is out of control. We did reach roughly around about $34 trillion in US debt, and unfortunately it is only going to grow worse as well, because I think that it will be increasing to $50 trillion worth of debt by 2030. So that is going to increase by roughly around about $6 trillion. So what are we going to do, right? How are we going to solve this problem? The more debt that we're just increasing, the worse it is going to get for the total economy. So price action of XRP coin, I am filming this video later on in the day. We are now trading at 0.6066. We are up by 5.25% on the 1-day chart. For the 24-hour volume, we are up by 54.45%. 0.45%, and we are trading at $2.8 billion. So if we have a look at lunchtime, we were trading at around about 0.6192. We did actually pull back a bit to 0.5964, so we went down by roughly around about 2 cents. But you'll see over here on the 7-day chart, we are up by 3.23%. We are doing really nicely now, as we have seen that climb all the way from that 0.5553 level, 55 cents. We are now up by 5 cents. Granted that we have come back down from that 61-cent level. Of course, we had that massive spike, but you can see over here that the coin is pretty much starting to come up again, and hopefully we should be able to go back to that 61 to 63 cent level, which is where I am aiming. Now tomorrow we could potentially come back down to 58 cents. We may have a bit of a pullback as we were just up by 12%, but if we do continue on, we could potentially see that 62-cent range. Guys, if you want daily Ripple XRP coin news, subscribe to the channel and like the video as well.